YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Giftee, you could also call me Giftee Love. I know. I look amazing. Thank you very much. I know. It's fantastic. I was almost gonna say, if you want to do a video on this look, please comment down below, but the fuck, I don't think people are coming here for makeup looks. But if you want to know what's on the eyes, because I'm really proud of myself, so it's a little bit of this. So it's this colour in the middle here. Oh, so this one's in makeup tutorial, so bad. And then, oh god, it's lip battery. Is it lip battery? No, it's cool. And then it's the Jackie Aina Pallete. Oh my god. So it's the Jackie Aina Pallete, and I just basically used Big Wig, Pinker and Shookington. So like these three colours. These three? I'm showing it properly, these three, to create this look. And then I'm wearing Narshe Glow. Basically, I just tried bare techniques that I've never tried before, like baking and all these things, and this is the end result. Like baking, I don't know, I have dry skin, so baking really isn't for me, but like it's made it all airbrushed and like, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you like seeing my face. And I'm gassed because I haven't done makeup in a long time or had the time to do it properly, so I'm feeling really good. Anyway, today's video is about my reaction to the Madam CJ Walker docu-series thing. I'm kind of going to split it into two halves. So it's going to be the first, my guttural reaction to just watching it and just like seeing it, and then kind of after I kind of got more context and saw more things about it. So the first thing I thought is that it was filmed and acted so beautifully, and it was, I just have never, okay, no, I've never seen anything like it, but it was just so refreshing and so beautiful to see black women and the kind of black actresses just doing the most in film and being amazing. Octavia deserves, that's not my vanity. Octavia deserves all of the accolades, all of the awards. She is such a talented actress and she played that role exquisitely well. I think we'll get into the context later of the kind of who each character is based on, but I think every one of them played their character so convincingly, so well. You kind of, every character was three-dimensional. You felt like each of them got their time on screen to develop and become a character. And I think I really enjoyed that. What else did I enjoy? It was just really inspiring as well, kind of seeing, you know, black women develop and create their own stuff. And like even back then, how ingenuity, community and storytelling were central to us building stuff for ourselves and supporting each other, and kind of, I don't know how to even describe how I felt. I just really enjoyed it, and it was really motivational for me to be like, yeah, Gift, you can do it. Especially because I want to start my own business, multiple businesses. It was really inspiring to see, to watch that and see like, wow, back then in the God knows, 1910s or whatever, she was out here doing the most. I can do the most in now the 2020. I mean, the way the world's set up now, it can feel like any plans that you have, just halt them. But I still believe that like this is the time for us to reset and think and then go ahead and achieve what we want to achieve. So those were my thoughts about it. The storyline was very like hooking. What the fuck is that? Like I enjoyed this, I'm not gonna say enjoy, but like the storyline was very like well paced. I really enjoyed it. It was really gripping. Like I put on one episode and I kind of ended up watching the whole thing at once, which is kind of a good sign that you're really enjoying it. You want to know what's happening next and you want to see how the story develops and everything like that. So I watched like the whole thing all in one foul swoop, and I just thought, wow, after it. And I was just really impressed with just the whole thing and the story and the nuance they gave each of the characters. Now, this is me before I'd kind of seen anyone else's opinion on it, and kind of knew, to be honest, like all I knew about Madam CJ Walker was that she was an innovator and an amazing woman in the game, and that she was the first woman of colour, and I assume black woman, to become a millionaire. And that's kind of all I knew about her, which I feel kind of sad to say, but that's all that's all the context I had going in. And in a way, it basically, not to spoiler, at the end of this kind of, at the end of the show, it's kind of revealed that Madam CJ Walker stole the recipe from the Addie, the lady that mentored her and stuff like that, and then that kind of made it a little bit better. And that kind of left a sour taste in my mouth, because I was like, so you're saying she built her amazing wealth and business off of the back of stealing off another black woman? That it didn't sit right with me. And I was like, really? Is this... I'm surprised I didn't know that was something like that. I didn't know that about Madam C.J. Walker before, based off of the little knowledge that I knew. I thought that would kind of be key and central to her narrative, that she was a thief. I mean, maybe it wasn't, because as black people, which I'm going to do a video about, we find it very... It seems like we don't critique our own. We're not ready to have those nuanced conversation about other black people that are achieving. And so maybe for me, I was like, oh, maybe it was like swept under the rug, because we're like, oh, she was the first black billionaire, let's just be happy and celebrate that, and not kind of think about the fact that she thieved someone's stuff. Anyway, so now I have a bit of context and information about Madam C.J. Walker and her relationship with the light-skinned woman in that documentary. I feel confused and conflicted. Well, firstly, because for me, in the story, I was, after reflecting, I was like, so what exactly did she steal? Because when it comes to like making a product, for example, if you're making a hand cream, I'm saying that because there's a hand cream right here, there's only a certain amount of products that like is that the essence of a hand cream, kind of like probably water, some sort of like something that will soften up the hands, kind of something like, so there's kind of the basic ingredients that will make a cream, and then each company adds their bits to make it unique and interesting and special and different. And so my interpretation of that whole last episode was that Madam C.J. Walker kind of got the essential recipe from her mentor, or the person that looked after her, and then added things that made it better. And so I didn't really see that as stealing, because, you know, you can't make it's kind of like saying people that make t-shirts are all stealing from each other because they're using the basic design of a t-shirt in a way. But then I talked it over with Joseph a little bit, and I think it was more the fact that the hair grower specifically was kind of a unique recipe that Addie made, and Madam C.J. Walker kind of took it away and added things that didn't really change the essential bits of the recipe, and in fact kind of basically was the same thing, but just with her label stuck on it. Anyway, I think I'm rambling right now. My thoughts. So, from what I've understood, I've watched a couple of like IGTV and videos and read some articles about it. From what I understand, this Netflix thing was a very big dramatization, in that most of the things that happened in the Netflix series didn't actually happen to them. I mean, we'll never know, we weren't around in that time, but according to historians and like the factual records that we have, that didn't happen. And I think for me, the show was really good at the show got across some really important themes and things that I don't think there's I don't feel a lot of other kind of documentaries or TV shows get across with any sort of nuance. So I think a big central plot to it was colorism, which I think is a very important thing to speak about. And I think they weren't shy about the topic and the kind of feelings of kind of ugliness dark-skinned black women can feel, but also the kind of, I guess especially back then, but even now, the superiority that sometimes mixed race people kind of are socialized to understand and learn and kind of use to their own advantage. And so I thought that was a really interesting and good message. Well, not colorism is good, but like it was a good conversation and a good thing to kind of show to people, to kind of have that conversation and discussion around beauty back then, now, what's changed, different things like that. And however, the whole in that series, the nature of the relationship is kind of seen as this horrible rivalry, when actually, well, according to the articles and the videos that I've watched, actually they were actually really, really good friends. Addie was her mentor. Addie wasn't even a light-skinned woman, she was also a fellow dark-skinned woman and a talented chemist that came together with Madam C.J. Walker to kind of help her on her journey to becoming a millionaire and this big name in the hair care company. And so they feel that by Netflix taking that relationship and kind of beautiful kind of supportive relationship and kind of turning it into this horrible rivalry against dark-skinned and light-skinned women does a disservice to Madam CJ Walker's legacy. Because if you think about it, like, I know, and other people know that are watching, in that this isn't a documentary, this isn't factual information about what happened to Madam CJ Walker. They have just said they're kind of inspired by her story, they're going to take it in another creative direction and a kind of different story arc, and kind of, oh, what if this happened, how would have it played out. However, for some people, they may see that and take that as the Madam CJ Walker story. And for them, you know, a lot of people will watch things and take it for face value and not go ahead and do more research or find out more about the actual story. And so in a way, it's kind of irresponsible for Netflix to put that. It's a little bit irresponsible, because for some, it was irresponsible the person not doing the research, but it is irresponsible in that, like, for some people, they will think that's the Madam CJ Walker story and that will be that, and they'll go away and spread that information, and it's misinformation, when actually the real story wasn't between this horrible rivalry, wasn't about trumping one another, wasn't about all these things that they made it about in the story. Actually, it was a beautiful friendship that blossomed into something that benefited the rest of the community. However, you have to understand that it's a Netflix show. And you know, some people have said that they could have shown their beautiful, supportive relationship and it grow and be amazing, and they make all this money together and black women win and whatever, and it still be a beautiful, textured and layered story. And I agree with that. But it is Netflix, and they're gonna, you know, they have thousands and thousands data pieces, a bunch of data pieces on everyone that watches their shows, and what shows do well, and what elements of the story grab people's attention, and what keeps you binging and watching and staying on the app. That is what they want. They want your attention. They need to hold your attention, or you're not going to subscribe to their service. And so they wouldn't make a story that doesn't feed into the data and the statistics that they have on why people watch a show, what type of shows people watch, and what kind of storyline and drama do people expect and want from a show that will keep them hooked. I mean, I watched the show in one foul sweep, so the data points they have are obviously correct. And so I don't know what people expected Netflix to do. Do they really expect Netflix to do the story complete justice, tell a really nice, lovely, soft story and keep it stepping? Or do they expect it to ram up the drama to like 1,000 and kind of show a completely different universe of how this story could have panned out and turned out and kind of evolved? I don't know what people want. Overall, I really enjoyed I don't even know what to call it, the story. I enjoyed the story. It was kind of a catalyst for me to find out more about Madam CJ Walker, her story. However, I am of a mind to agree that kind of making the nature of their relationship so far removed from what it was, I think takes away from the narrative that black women, it feeds more to the narrative that black women are always catty and shouty and bitchy, when actually a lot of us are very cooperative, supportive, and we work together to build for our own and help each other. I think it would have been nice to have that narrative actually on Netflix, and then building, kind of feeding into that more, rather than into the catty light skin versus dark skin kind of ongoing feud that seems to be happening. But I think they told whatever story that they were trying to tell really, really well, and it's really beautifully shot, filmed. The storytelling is really nice. There's some like LGBTQ. There's like a B storyline kind of with LGBTQ themes, which I thought was really, really beautiful and nice. But yeah, I think at times the show was hard to watch, but I don't know. There's no kind of the consensus. That's what share my thoughts. What do you guys think of the show? Did you like how they displayed the story? Were you totally against it? Are you somewhere in the middle like me, in that like you don't appreciate it being so far from the reality, but the way they told the story was also kind of, I think you can tell it wasn't some low budget, oh, let's just sort it for black people story. They invested a lot of money into creating the worlds they created were gorgeous and well invested in, and I appreciated seeing that. But I guess when I see kind of stuff like Netflix Black and their initiatives, I guess I wonder, did they have any part to play in helping that series get off the ground, and why did they choose a feud rather than a supportive story? Are we just more interested in stories like that? Because Netflix wouldn't make stories that we don't like or are not interested in. They're very, very keen to keep those stories out of their service. And so are we as viewers just more likely to watch feuding kind of oh my god, she did this, she did that kind of and triumph stories more than we are to watch ones where people were supportive and people were collaborative and nothing really bad happened and everyone just achieved and did well and overcame racism and things like that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a sticky one. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think as well down below. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. I'm going to just basically upload whenever I can now that I'm at home all day. And let me know again if there's anything you want my opinion on, you want me to talk about, or just have any sort of feedback you want to give me on my content so far. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you later soon. That doesn't make sense. Okay, bye.